Yeah, wagwan, my friends. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Yes, the match ended Chelsea 3 and Wolves 0. What a beautiful game. A talk of two halves. What a beautiful second half it turned out to be. Thanks to that wonder boy, the star boy. I'll talk much about that later. Yes, we started off with Mr. Sanchez in goal. We had Gusto and Kukurea as our wing backs. We had Fofana and Chalova as the central defenders. We had Caicedo and Fernandez as our two holding midfielders. So with Fernandez more of a number 8. We had João Pedro as our number 10. On the left, we had Garnacho, and on the right wing, we had Pedro Neto, and is our central striker with Mr. Delap. Yes, that makes the first 11 for the first 45 minutes of the half. So it was actually a game of two halves. If you watched the match, a match of two halves. The first half was literally a huge ball. What a ball this was! It was a huge ball, and I won't talk much about why and what I think contributed to it being that way. And with the second half, that turned out to be, it was, if you're comparing two cars, you're probably talking about a Tata and a Ferrari. That's the two kind of cars that you're talking about, and contrast and compare. You know what I'm talking about. These are the two halves that we had yesterday. The first half was a huge ball, and thanks to the low block setup that Wolves employed, and it looks like we do have a huge problem trying to break low block teams. And our coach, I think he does his research whenever he knows the team that we are going to play next. He does the research and he knows what to expect, so to speak, right? So which time we've got a low block team, looks like we've got no answer to that kind of setup like that, where these guys, they just sit and wait for us to come to them. So we had a huge ball of a game because we were playing backwards, we were doing sideways, we're not going forward as much as we should. And I think this comes to the coach. This is where the coach comes in, because you know exactly the setup from the other team, and this is when I believe the coach should ask his players to try and take the risk. You never know until you try to take that risk. Try to take on your man. You playing at the wing back, your Kukure, try to take your man and go forward instead of just playing a safe pass back to Chaloba. Your Gusto, try to take your man instead of just playing the safe pass back to Fofana. You know what I'm talking about. This is where our huge problem is. Until you try something, you never get to know if you could make it or not. If you ask me, for those that watched the Arsenal match yesterday, you saw the goal that Trossard, I think it was Trossard, scored for Arsenal to make it 2-1. If you don't take such shots, you never get to know what you have. You never get to know. He took his shots, the goalkeeper was beaten all systems out. That's what I'm talking about. Until you try, you never get to know. And so it looks like whenever we play these low block teams, we play the safe pass. We look for the safe pass. We don't want to do the hard work of trying to run at our men. And as a result, what we see? We see that even the supporters, they can go to bed while they're watching the match, because the match is moving at a very slow pace. The match is so boring, right? So it was like this until the second half. When the second half started, there was a bit of some urgency, I would want to believe, a bit of some urgency, and thanks to Garnacho. Truly speaking, Garnacho yesterday, I think he had one of his best games ever in a long time. He had one of his best games, and we saw what happened. He took on his guy and he put in a perfect shot, and it was our right back had the easiest of task of just tapping it in. Yeah, and we were one goal up. And now this is when now the second half started unfolding in our face. When we introduced that boy, our wonder boy, our star boy, when we introduced him in the 60th minute, It didn't take a minute. It didn't take a minute. He'd already shown us, what we have as an arsenal, and we're not using it. I don't know what this boy has to do. I don't know how we have to shout for someone to hear us out that, what, we need this boy to start the match, kill the match, and then you can try your experimentation. I mean, this is your best. I mean, honestly, the boy who came on, what all these other players were not doing, which is to take on your man, separate one, move the ball very fast. That's what exactly he did. He did that within a minute of coming in, and we saw a perfect weight shot, which is a cross to Joao Pedro. And this is another thing. Pick up your man when you're putting in those crosses. We saw that with Garnacho's first goal. He pick up his man. You don't just put in a cross. Pick up your man. Try to pick up your man. And it was the easiest job that Joao Pedro could do, tapping the ball, and we are 2 goals up. From that moment, I started seeing a vintage Chelsea, and all from a sudden, we started seeing Gusto is the Gusto that we've always known. He's now that guy, enterprising, one-to-one passes with Estevao on the right. We started seeing that. We asked, where was this all along? Because we're moving at a pedestrian pace, and this is down to the coach. Why do we move at that slow pace? Why, for God's sake? When the guys are there for the taking, and we move at that slow pace. And then and we saw one such a beautiful Chelsea of the old that we had before with the hazards and stuff, where when we attack, it doesn't have to take you 50 passes to get to the other side of the ground. It took us only 2 passes, one from Enzo Fernandez to Garnacho. From Garnacho, it was a goal. Before they arrange themselves, this is what you do. Before they arrange themselves, before they make that block, you're already gone. That's how you beat people up. That's how you show that you've arrived. This is it. This is what we're talking about. And the whole world is happy. The whole world is happy. We can't ask for anything more. This is what we're looking for as supporters. And don't forget, for Chelsea supporters like we are, we've been treated to this kind of football for a long time, where we see the best, where our blood is boiling because we are so happy, we hyped up, we're seeing things happening on the field of play. Not that first half kind of football, not that kind of football that we played against Sunderland, where we just get lost. It's all up to the coach. Tell your guys, take on your men. Take on your men. Go forward. Don't look back. Look, yesterday, Mr. Sanchez had nothing much to do because the defenders were not passing the ball backwards, which is what we've always been talking about. And we don't mind losing a game. We can lose many games. It's going to happen. It's a game of football. But the best you can do in losing is try to attack. Try to attack. We would appreciate. We'll clap hands and say, okay, it wasn't meant to be today. We lost to a better team. They took their chances. Maybe we didn't take ours. And life goes on, and we look forward to another game coming. The problem that we always face and the challenge that we always have in our team is moving the ball very slow. Honestly, this is what we're crying about. So just imagine a team now with Estevao from the wing as a right wing, and with Palmer doing his thing in the middle. I feel sorry for those teams that are going to play against us when this boy is back. They are going to be in trouble. They're going to be in trouble. That's beautiful. That was a beautiful game. 3 points in the bag, and we move forward. By the time we get to Arsenal, we need to play the way we played our second half. That's how we need to take our game to Arsenal. And I don't want to hear nothing other than that. Estevao is the number 1 on the team sheet. When you're picking up your first 11, Estevao has to be there. For starters, this boy will just make your job easy if you're a coach, because he's going to do the job. First 45 minutes, the job is done, finished. Then you can start experimenting and you can play your slow game. We don't care. We're leading 3-0 up. We can drink our beer then, for those that drink, or water for those that drink water. That's what we're talking about. So please, from now on, Mr. Maresca, the statement is there. It's loud and clear. Estavao has to start. Estavao has to start. And it's clear as day, right, that Mr. Tosin in our defense line, yes, he can play. I'm not going to pick on him, because at times, if he would make that mistake, right, and we're already leading 3-4 goals to nil, they will score one and you're still going to win, right? So what I'm saying is, there are games that you can choose to play your Tosin, or when you can choose to bring him on. He can play, but when you're playing him, try to play him with another person that moves a bit fast in our defense. Don't put him with Chaloba, because both of them, at times this has to work, but at times we see that many times that both of them, they don't seem to coordinate one another properly. Play one who is faster and one who is slower in thinking and in pass. If you do that, you have solved your defense line problem. And please, you talk about rotation. How come a player like Kukurek plays every game? The guy needs some rest. You've got Hato, you brought him for this. Don't try to play him out of position. Then he makes mistake, then he's blamed for he is a left back. We are happy that he can play in the center as well, just like James can play in the center, but he's a right back, right? Yes. So Hato, please, you can rest your Kukurea. Rest him by playing Hato. You had Hato on the bench yesterday. We played with how many? We had only 4 substitutes. He could have come on as well, right? He could have come on for Kukurea and give that guy some rest too. But don't give Kukurea some rest by then playing this Hato out of position. Play him in his proper position and we are good. But otherwise, we are quite happy. It was a happy day yesterday, and we look forward to many of these happy days. All our players, you did us proud yesterday. You played very, very well. Garnacho, we're happy for everything that you're doing for us. We're happy to see you do all that. Please, we like your pace. I like your pace. That's proper. That's proper Chelsea. When you're tearing a defense, leave them behind for good, so that they know next time they won't attack, because they know that you're there. Yeah, that's proper Chelsea. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and let's meet again on this channel where we pour out our hearts, we show our feelings and our emotions. It's the right thing to do. Tell somebody the world is happy today. Chelsea won. Thank you.